Well, this is going to be a controversial video. Is Plants vs. Zombies 2 better than the original? Well, Plants vs. Zombies 2 does have a lot of things better than Plants vs. Zombies 1, but also it has its downsides. First, let's talk about the art style. This is most likely one of the first things you think about when comparing the PvZ games. And I'm not going to lie, I am a little biased towards Plants vs. Zombies 1, so keep that in mind. But I cannot deny how much more charming the art is in PvZ 1. But you guys disagree. Next, let's discuss content. I'm not even going to try to argue that PvZ 1 has more content, but the quality of the content is much higher in PvZ 1. And keep in mind, these are just opinions. The thing I don't like about the worlds in PvZ 2 is that it feels like they just made a bunch of levels just to be able to say that there's a lot of levels. Sometimes you'll basically do the same level 25 times in a row. I really think that this is a quantity or quality sort of thing. We also need to talk about microtransactions. Plants vs. Zombies 2 is definitely more greedy to say the least, but somehow Plants vs. Zombies 1 is starting to catch up. Also, I'm not counting points off for this or whatever, but I really wish PvZ 2 was on Steam or like computer. Also, I kind of disagree with it's a pay-to-win game, because in a primarily single-player game, pay-to-win doesn't really hurt anybody. And not that it's relevant to microtransactions, but the main menu just feels so cluttered to me in PvZ 2. Like, I don't even know what half of these buttons do. I also wanted to mention that PvZ 1 is a beatable game. Can someone tell me why I just did the air quotations thing when I said that? What I mean by beatable is that it feels like a game you can reasonably beat if you play every now and then. But with PvZ 2, it feels like you can play for months and still not beat it. Let's talk about balance for both the plants and zombies. I think with a smaller plant roster in PvZ 1, it's easier to balance the plants and zombies. But with PvZ 2, some levels are just so crazy and some of the plants are so outclassed or overpowered. Also, I dislike that suns are worth 50 in PvZ 2. Also, just some smaller things I wanted to mention were music, mini games, and the Zen Garden. I love the Plants vs. Zombies 1 music, but maybe it's just nostalgia. But I still think the PvZ 1 music is better, though. For mini games, I also like PvZ 1 mini games more. And for the Zen Garden, what is this? But the worst thing that PvZ 2 did was replacing Stinky with this goofball. So to answer the question, is PvZ 2 better than PvZ 1? Well, I really think it boils down to whether you're looking for quantity or quality. I enjoy playing both games, but I do like PvZ 1 more, and I am biased. Subscribe!